Hello, everyone. I'm Jenya Romanova, and this is my YouTube channel. I created the educational platform Up Daily, and I want all of you to know about it. That's why I run this YouTube channel. And today, I really want to talk for just a moment about perception. The other day, I started wondering, what is personality? What exactly is personality? And my programmer friends and I were actually talking about this particular topic. And, we said that, well, personality is in a way sort of kind of like, software in a sense that is my personal experience, which let's say is packaged into certain files. And there are instructions for these files. And I thought about it. It turns out that when we are born, we are not born with a personality. Personality is something that I ultimately build for myself over time in the end. So I take certain files. So what are these files? They are how I see this world. My parents, my environment, my school, my university. All of this, yes, created a certain perception. My perception of the world and my decision about what the world is really like. But my decision and the world itself are two completely different things. And accordingly, it turns out that the world is not as I perceive it, and the world can actually be completely different. So what can I change then? Not the world, but my perception of both the world and myself. So what is personality then? It turns out that personality is what I can change within myself simply by changing my perception of myself and the world, or myself in this world. Well, let's think about it. What if I want to become a movie star? What do I need to do for this? Well, I wasn't born in Los Angeles. I don't have any acquaintances who could tell me about this experience, and I really don't know anything about it. The only thing I do know about it is that I want it. So then I can think about the fact that, well, there are several ways, right? There's a way, I call it on foot. When I go, I arrive in Los Angeles, I go to acting school, and then I go to endless auditions. And maybe someday I'll get lucky. Maybe not in this life, but in the next one. I believe that there are several chances, but it seems like that's going to take a really long time. I think there's another way. For example, I can change my personality from within to the one that already exists, a superstar. How do I do this? I need to change the way I perceive myself in this world and change the way I perceive the world. In other words, I need the kind of experience that any star has, packaged into files along with the accompanying instructions. So how can this be done? I have a hypothesis. If you start consciously behaving like a movie star, adopting their mannerisms, and truly feeling like a movie star in your daily life, and if you essentially create the mental software, the mindset, and the inner confidence of a star within yourself, then over time, at some point, this new identity will naturally manifest itself on its own, becoming a visible part of who you are. Yes, I understand, it sounds a little strange, but let's imagine that, well, in just a few years, robots will become part of our lives. Right now, there's a dog and a cat running around next to me, and it's pretty natural, right, that we live with pets. Well, almost everyone in Los Angeles has a dog or a cat. So it turns out that in a couple of years, this will feel completely natural. Just like having a dog or a cat, having a robot will be normal. Now let's imagine that with a robot, we can actually program a personality. Not just the functions that a robot performs, like, I don't know, cooking food, taking out the trash, turning on some channel on YouTube or Netflix, calling someone, or sending a letter. But what if you could embed a personality into a robot? And then, as you interact with the robot, you gradually adopt its files and instructions as well. What do you think of this idea? Tell us in the comments under this video. I hope you can also hear that lovely ambulance in the background. Welcome. This is my YouTube channel.